I hope and pray that the music lasts, you know, because to me that's immortality. That's immortality.
Barry's a very compassionate person. He's a very loving person, very protective. And that shows in his writing as well, his compassion and his... Sometimes he can be a little extrovert, but more than anything, he totally believes in what he's doing. Totally believes in the song, totally believes in the show, totally believes in whatever he does. If he can't do it right, he doesn't want to do it.
It's really about three brothers that always said they were going to be famous.
What makes the world go round? How can you mend this broken man?
I always saw the three of us as three equal brothers.
Morris would have a tie that would go up, you know, and sort of a tie with an erection, if you will, or if you won't, you know. But he would do that during the show, and he would do it in the middle of a song, and it'd be fantastic, you know, because you'd be singing a dramatic song and the tie would suddenly start to come up, you know. And I think the audience loved that stuff, you know, because it's the last thing they expect in the world. So, unexpected humour.
You, of course, had the falsetto.
Yeah.
Tell me about discovering that falsetto.
Well, it's a long story. We came back because we really love each other. I think that goes beyond any of the other aspects, you know. There may have been career need, but that we could not have come back together if there hadn't been this kind of the love that we have today. And these three guys went through everything from being children and made our way to the top. There are no other people around us that we can share those experiences with. It happened to the three of us. And so that's a bond, you know, and it exists today still. When I realised it was over, it was when I turned up at the studio one night and I was the only one there. And the engineer said, well, okay, let's go anyway. And I said, well, I can't. How can I go? I mean, I just picked up my guitar and walked out. And went to Robert's house and said, well, you know, there was no one at the studio. And then I found out that Robin and Morris were recording somewhere else. I thought, oh, no. This is the end, you know. So that's when I knew, you know. I would always carry rings in my pocket so that I'd be able to say to that girl, I love you, here's the ring, you know? And it always led to bed. And and that was just I was a rogue. Yes, I was a rogue, I admit it. But once I saw Linda, there was only one ring. I met Linda at Top of the Pops. Linda was chosen to be the hostess the week that we were on and the week that Massachusetts was #1. And I saw her across the studio with a sash, I think it said Miss Edinburgh. And I remember thinking, that girl is devastating. And I'm going to be my usual self. I'm going straight over to that girl and do something about it.
G'day.
G'day, mate. I'm Ronnie. How are you? Lovely
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
Hello, sir. Where'd you get the hat?
Playing game.
So I told you. You've put up with this man for 45 years.
I have indeed.
How do you manage to have one of the longest marriages in show business?
We don't really know, actually. We don't really know.
I guess we keep laughing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shortly after meeting Linda, Barry and Robert Stigwood traveled to California on business, but business wasn't on Barry's mind. Right after checking into the Beverly Hills Hotel, Barry told Stigwood that he was going home.
And he said, what? Yeah, you can't go back to England, we've just arrived. There's things you have to do, there's a whole schedule. And I said, but you don't understand. Well, maybe you do understand, Robert, that this is the girl, this is the one, you know. I've got to go back, I've got to find her.
You're all my life. I'm here if you should call me.
I can vouch for the fact that love at first sight happens, and most certainly happened to me. We met on the set of Top of the Pops when Massachusetts was #1, and then we had a cup of tea in the canteen at the BBC, and then we had a cuddle in the Doctor Who's phone booth, and time stood still.
Business is so littered with broken marriages.
Yeah.
How have you managed to sustain such a lasting love, do you think?
Because I think we've just always been in love. That's the truth of it. We never really saw other people. Once it happened, that was it. When you look at the Bee Gees, you don't look at yourself, I guess. You're not objective about how you're perceived. But he nailed us, you know. Big hair, teeth, medallions. God. Hair's not so big now, folks.
The reasons for our popularity. I think that's impossible to answer. Really impossible. Nobody really knows what the reasons are.
And at this point in my life, I'm real content with all of it. And I think the Bee Gees, whatever they are, will be remembered. And I'm happy about that. You know, some people last 5 years. We've lasted 40 years. We'd really been doing this since we were tiny kids, and we were good at it. We always had blinkers on. We never could see what else we would do. And this is all we wanted to do. So I think grim determination and persistence and taking all the blows and taking all the kicks and not worrying about it and just getting on with it. Well, it wasn't this time, but next time, you know. And it's always perceiving that something great was going to happen no matter what.